Hi, everyone. Welcome back to She Barks Podcast. Today's guest is Randy Edelman. Hi, Randy.
Hi, how you doing?
Thank you for coming on my podcast.
You're more than welcome.
So, can you tell our listeners what inspired you to start composing music?
Oh, that started when I was a little kid, a long time ago. I just sort of would hear things and kind of gravitate to a little piano that we had in the living room. And that's
Oh,
how I started.
wow. Did it take you long to learn the piano?
Well, I'm still learning, but yeah, I was a serious concert pianist. I studied since I was very young.
Oh, nice. So, your post pandemic song coming out, The Other Side, is very different than film scoring. What inspired that?
Oh no, that songwriting. I did that for many years before film composing. A songwriting is completely different. Nothing to do with film composing. I mean, it's music, but uh, I was spending a lot of time in my studio and wasn't traveling because a lot of times I go to London or New York to score films with an orchestra. And it had been a while since I had written songs. And I just woke up one night and had this kind of idea about what it would be like when everybody gets to go back and get out and have fun. And basically, it's just a really fun kind of up idea about, grab your hat, put your best suit on. We're coming out, baby, the other side. It's that simple.
Yeah, because we had a long pandemic. It's still going though.
Well, yeah, it's still going. It ain't over
Oh,
yet, baby.
I still have little symptoms of the COVID, but I
Oh,
tested
did you
negative.
have it? Did you have it?
Yeah, I've had it for
Oh,
four months. So,
oh, God. Well, you
oh,
seem pretty good.
oh yeah, yeah. That was last year. I was in the bed, really, really, really sick.
Oh,
So,
well, I'm happy you're better.
me too.
I'm
So,
glad to see you and glad you came out the other side.
yes, definitely. So, who is your favorite composer, and what is your favorite composition?
I can't answer either of those questions. My favorite composer? Oh
Yes.
my God, there's too many. Stravinsky. My favorite composition of everything that's ever been written in the history of the world. I couldn't really tell you that. I mean, there's too many things. You gotta narrow your focus down a little.
Yeah, definitely. So when you score a film, do you write the parts for each instrument? And if so, do you play other instruments?
Okay. Yes, the answer to that is I do. I don't. I play the piano mainly, and sometimes my scores don't have pianos in them. But I write and sequence and orchestrate all the different parts. But I do it all at the same time when I write. It's not like I write something and then I write the parts. I do it as I'm writing whatever the particular scene is in the film. I write the parts.
Wow, that's amazing. So does it take you a long time to do that?
Of course it does. But guess what?
Wow, you get
They
it
don't.
done.
They don't give you no. They don't give you any time.
Oh,
There
wow.
is
They
no time.
don't?
Not all. No, sometimes. No, it varies. You have as much time as they give you. If they give you 3 days, you have 3 days. If they give you 3 months, you have 3 months.
Wow.
Each film
Wow.
has a different story,
Uh-huh.
and so that's what you have to be able. If you do that kind of work, you have to be able to let's put, adjust on the run. It's got to be done fast, and it's got to be right. If it's done fast and it's wrong, that doesn't work. And if it's done slow and it's right, that doesn't work either. So you got to be fast and you got to be right to do this kind of work.
Wow. So they don't
Yeah.
even give you no kind of leniency or nothing. Wow.
This is not for the faint of heart. You got to be a tough mother. I'm
Wow.
serious. Along with all the background and talent, and be one of the 1 in a million who get to do it. But
Yeah.
if you once you get the opportunity, you better be ready as far as musically. You have to have your musical chops together.
Wow. I've watched a few of the movies that the music you composed in. I was like, wow. I did not know that, but that's amazing. Wow. So, what would you consider the most challenging aspect of composing music?
Well, the challenging aspect is trying to come up with something that's unique
Mhm.
and different that hasn't been quote done before. And of course that's hard because there's only a few notes on the piano, and all this stuff has been written. So you just try to be fresh as far as the sound of it and the cadence of it and the melody of it. And it's just uh, certain things come very fast
Mhm.
and other things take time. But film composing is one thing. Writing a song is a completely different thing. You can have all the time. You can take 3 years on one song.
Wow.
You know.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So,
Yeah.
what advice would you give those who have a dream of being a music composer and writing songs like yourself?
What? I'm sorry, I didn't get your question.
What advice would you give those who have a
Oh,
dream?
oh,
Yeah.
oh! You have to be very proficient at your craft and your whatever your instrument is, and there's a lot involved, and you just have to stick to what you're doing, and you have to accept defeat, which is 99% of the time. And then when you get that 1%, you got to be able to deliver to whoever and whatever it is what they want, you know. And that's what I'm saying is true about anything in life, really. But you have to be very disciplined. And like I said, I always tell people, I mean, people now go to universities and they go to school and they study film composition, music film. That's kind of a joke, First,
Yeah.
you have to be uh, a musician and get everything down that involves being a musician, whether it's the instrument you play or orchestrating or conducting, whatever it is. You have to get that really together. And then when the opportunity presents itself, you'll be hopefully ready. And opportunities come rarely, but when they do, they can come from anywhere. There's no playbook
Mhm.
to do what you just asked for me to give anybody advice. I mean, the advice is, and the advice is always do whatever you're doing as a result of the passion that you have in your soul. Because if that's not there, then it's just it's meaningless. You know.
Yeah, I agree. So, what happens like if you compose a song or you write a song and they disagree with it? Do you have to start all over and write it again and then pitch it to them again? Like, do they give you another chance or how does that
Get,
work?
no, you're gone.
What? Really?
Out. First of all, you're asking me about something. You just
Mhm.
said write a song. Write a song for what?
For other musicians, like singers.
No,
Who's
nobody. No song. If you're talking about films,
Mhm.
they don't like anything that they hear.
Wow.
Okay, most of the time.
Mhm.
Songs, you never write songs for anybody. You write songs for yourself, and you try to get people to record them. So there's nobody judging you on songs. It's not
No?
like when you said start over again. What do you mean start over again? A song
Mhm.
for what? Nobody does that. As far as a film score, that's different. And if they don't like a cue, if a director doesn't like enough cues, he's going to turn around and say, you know what? I'm out of here. I got to find somebody else. That's what happens.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
cut and dry, but
Oh wow.
yeah,
I didn't know it was like that. Wow.
it's a serious, serious business.
Mhm. Wow. Wow. So people really need to take this serious if they really want to do it. They have to really throw it out there and wow.
Well, yeah, no, it's got to be your whole life. It's
Mhm.
if and like I said, if you're fortunate enough to be uh, get into it,
Mhm.
because there's not that many. Of course, out here, like where I live, every other person on the street is like a film composer. But if you don't live in Hollywood, there's very few people, obviously, that do this, that earn a living by doing it.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's wow.
yeah. I mean, I'm making it sound like a very cold thing, and it
Mhm.
is. Writing the music is, of course, the best part of it when you're left alone and you try to, come up with something that you are really emotionally charged from, and that's what the best part of it is. And in a film, you'll write a piece of music, and then when they mix the movie together with the sound effects and the dialogue and the action, um, sometimes your music, if you're fortunate enough and they use it, you can't hear it, you
Wow.
know? So you're fighting a lot of different things.
Wow. I did not know that. I'm
Well,
learning a lot from this. Like,
well, yeah,
wow.
I'm giving you the truth.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
not,
that's
I'm not giving you some, yeah.
So I want to thank you so much, Randy, for coming on my podcast today.
Okay.
You
It's
have
been
a
a
great
pleasure. I'm
day.
sorry I scared you off.
No, no, you didn't. You have
Okay.
a great day.
Okay. Bye.
Bye. Hey everyone, I want to thank you so much for listening to my podcast with Randy. I've learned so much. I did not know that about composing music and writing songs. I did not know that at all. So I learned so much from this interview. So I hope you all learned from this interview as well. And if you would like to see what Randy's up to and listen to some of his scores and see what he's done, then you can go on his website. It's randyedelman.com. And thank you all so much for supporting my podcast and listening. Have a great day.